Ways smart Nigerians are growing wealth in 2026. In today's Nigeria, saving is a trap. While you sleep, the value of your Naira is at war with inflation. If your money is sitting still in a traditional bank account, it isn't just resting, it's dying. We were taught by our parents that the safest place for money was a vault. But in 2026, a vault is where money goes to evaporate. The gap between the middle class and the wealthy isn't defined by how much they earn, but by how fast they move. The smart Nigerian has stopped trying to outrun the system and has started building their own. Today, we're breaking down the 2026 Wealth Playbook, a guide to not just surviving this economy, but owning a piece of it. Let's look at the numbers. 5 years ago, 1 million Naira was a foundation. It could start a small business, pay for a wedding, or cover a year of high-end living. Today, it's a subscription. It's the cost of a few months of electricity, fuel, and groceries. The biggest mistake you can make right now is the wait-and-see approach. We are waiting for stability, but stability is a luxury of the past. While you wait for the exchange rate to make sense, the wealthy are buying up the very opportunities that stability will eventually make too expensive for the average person. Money that sits still loses its strength. To survive 2026, you must stop being a consumer of the economy and start being a shareholder in it. You don't need $1 billion to start. You just need to understand the new rules of the game. Section 1. The slice method. The old rule of wealth was, wait until you can afford the whole thing. People would save for 10 years to buy 1 acre of land or 5 years to start one big business. But in an era of rapid devaluation, 10 years of saving is 10 years of losing. The 2026 rule is secure your position regardless of the size. We call this fractional positioning. Smart Nigerians are no longer waiting to save 200 million for a luxury property in Ikoyi or a massive commercial warehouse in Epe. Instead, they are finding structured projects where they can own a slice. Think of it like a high-end cake. If you can't afford the whole cake today, you buy a slice. As the value of the whole cake rises, so does the value of your slice. Why this works in 2026? 1. Low barrier to entry. You don't need the whole 200 million to get a taste of the real estate market. You can start with what you have and grow your holdings over time. 2. Diversification. Instead of putting all your eggs in one big basket, you hold 10 small winning positions across different sectors. If one slows down, the other 9 keep moving. 3. Early bird appreciation. You are entering at the foundation price. By the time the project is finished and the public is ready to buy, you aren't a buyer, you are the seller. Section 2. The vetting process. High net worth individuals don't gamble, they calculate. They know that in a booming market, everyone has a great idea, but only a few have a great execution. When looking at these new growth opportunities, the smart money asks 4 non-negotiable questions before a single Naira leaves their pocket. 1. Who is the captain? A great ship with a bad captain will still sink. Does the group behind the project have a history of delivery? Have they survived a recession before? 2. What is the underlying asset? Don't invest in vibes or promises. Is there real land? Is there a physical building? Is there a tech product with active users? If you can't track it, don't back it. 3. How do I get out? A great investment without an exit strategy is just a donation. You must know how and when you can liquidate your slice. Is there a secondary market or a buyback policy? 4. Is the timeline grounded in reality? If a project promises to triple your money in 3 months, it's not an investment. It's a red flag. Real wealth takes time to cook. If it sounds like magic, it's a scam. Section 3. The mindset shift. There are 2 types of people in the current economy: the waiters and the positioners. The waiters are paralyzed. They are waiting for the exchange rate to make sense. They spend their time complaining about the cost of living while their purchasing power drops every single day. They are spectators in their own lives. The positioners understand that the sign they are waiting for is the movement itself. They understand that in a world of rising prices, the only way to stay ahead is to own the things that are becoming more expensive. They move from being consumers to being participants. They understand that wealth in 2026 isn't about having the most cash. It's about having the most valuable positions. While others are saving Naira, they are accumulating assets. The 2026 economy is indifferent. It doesn't care about your intentions, your hard work, or your dreams. It only rewards your positions. The beauty of the world today is that the room is no longer locked behind a billion Naira door. The technology and the systems exist for you to own a piece of the future, one slice at a time. You don't need to handle the full weight of a project to benefit from its success. You just need to be in the room before the doors lock. So, as we look at the year ahead, we have one question for you. Are you waiting for the future to happen to you? Or are you positioning yourself to own it? Subscribe to HCapital, where we simplify money, real estate, and wealth building for everyday people.
Imagine this was your home. Imagine this was your home. It would just be a drive away from the Lekki Conservation Center. After a long day, you get to run errands at the shopping mall and the Atlantic Center. Almond 3 is talked of inside DPK. What about projects? I'm certain you've more times than you realize. Think about the shift here. Think about the history. Think about the history. A few years ago, it was just the quiet outskirts. Your neighbors, the giants. This property has a total number of 15 units. And currently we have just 2 units left for sale. Now these 2-bedroom apartments are going for 90 million. And guess what? This property gives you a taste of elegance and a lifestyle you never want to miss.
Well, that does it then. This building is no longer one that you just pass by. It has now become that you can own. 247 security, CCTV surveillance, and access to reliable alternative power. You're not just buying yourself, you're also buying your peace of mind.